Hey everybody, this is Glidercat, and it's time to play back in Satisfactory. Last episode, we were just starting to set up a factory to produce compacted coal and then also produce some black powder. Now, I think with the black powder, we're not going to need to craft much with black powder outside of nobelisks and maybe gunpowder for some of the other weapons down the road. So I don't think we're going to need a ton of it. What I'm thinking of doing on the black powder side of things is just setting aside like one machine somewhere to combine sulfur and coal into the black powder, and then maybe just one storage bin is all we're going to need. And then the rest of the coal and the sulfur we bring in will convert into the compacted coal, which we can use to fuel all our vehicles across the map as we expand. We'll see. I'm not sure how big it's going to get, how much we're going to expand, but I think the compacted coal may be a good fuel source for all the trucks. And then if we have a bunch of surplus compacted coal, we can tap into some water that's way behind all these hills. I think we've got a few little ponds, basically. And we could send some compact coal into a coal power generator. With some of this water, believe it or not, we can actually get water extractors on here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if that's still a thing. Where might you be? Yeah, we can still get... Oh, let's see. Doesn't look like it. Maybe only one on that water source, but there's some more. Is there some more water over here somewhere? I'm getting off on a tangent here right at the start of the episode. Where's the rest of the water? Isn't there some over here? Maybe not. This looks pretty dry. Thought we had more water available over this way. Oh, there's some here. Let's try this. Just curious while I'm thinking about it and talking about it. Well, that would clip right through the building. Wow, yeah, not a lot of water over here. Well, we could truck that compact coal somewhere to a water source and generate more power if we end up having a surplus. So I'm going to lean heavy on the side of compacted coal. Let's get back to where we were. Pick this guy up because I don't think we're going to be doing that anytime soon. And let's get up to where the factory is. Now, our coal miner here is a Mark II. And we're on a pure node. So that is giving us 240 coal per minute. Both recipes for the black powder and the compacted coal are kind of 1-to-1 with the coal and the sulfur. Here's our sulfur mine. Let's see what this is producing at. Again, a Mark II miner. This time we're only getting 120 per minute. I think I'm going to actually overclock this. I don't know that we're going to need all this production right away, but let's do it. And we'll scale out our factory so that we've got 240 parts per minute on both the coal and the sulfur. And again, somewhere we want to just have one little mine, or one little not little, I guess these are pretty big assemblers, but one assembler doing the black powder for us. All right, did I get coal over here ever? Doesn't look like I did. Did I bring that over? Nope. I made power. I set up another floor. I did not bring the coal down. So let's do that and get at least the coal going on this floor. I'm running around here a lot. We'll head up and make sure the belt is right at the edge of the cliffside here. Then we'll get that coal routed into the factory somehow. Okay, there's where our belt ends. Could bring it over this way. Kind of like that idea. Maybe even over to here. Let's see if we can get that belt all the way over. This land up here is kind of a waste. Okay, that's the length. But farthest I can get that belt to reach. I'm gonna... All right, can we get a loader? No, that's not straight. I call it a loader. The conveyor elevator or lift, conveyor lift. We'll just come up through the floor here. Boom. Now we've got our resources. For compact coal, 25 and 25. If we do 240 over 25. But we're going to need 10 of these assemblers. That's 5 right there. Cool. Yeah, we got plenty of room. That's 10. Let's set these all to compact coal. And I believe there's a way of doing this now. Somebody mentioned in the comments. But I think I can point at this, do Control C. Nice. Control V. V. I don't know if it's much faster since I have to take my hands off my keypad here. A little less jarring to look at. Control Ving all of this. Okay, Oop. Wrong key. Now let's get power going. Turn on my light. All right, we got power. Input belt stack. We'll stack those through here. About coal. How about coal on top? Let's do this guy. We're going to want to run a splitter for these two. How are we going to do this? What we could do is just, I'm thinking about the black powder. We could just throw one more right here. Share this input belt. Oh, will it ever get any to make the gunpowder? That's what I'm thinking about now. Or I could do something where like this first one makes gunpowder and the rest make compacted coal. Just has to do with if how we're gonna split these belts. Let's see. What makes the most sense? I could definitely split here. Bring this belt up. And then split. Let's see. I've got an idea. I'm not totally sure how it's going to shake out. I want you to split. Oh, not lined up at all. This is me hitting control. It does not want to line up with the wall port there. And this one, yeah, this is going to be crazy. How can I get this to split? I think what I'm going to want to do is split this one early. And maybe double stack it. Show you what I mean here. Boy, do I have enough room to pull that off. Let's get our little port here. Does that help? Just thinking. Basically, I want to split this belt. Not great looking like that, is it? You can be lined up. You can actually be lined up. Let's do it. Did that line up? Should be. Is it not? Let's see. Thought it was. Yeah, that's lined up. What I need to do now is this guy needs to hop up. Or one of them needs to hop up here and kind of be the upper belt for this row. And then the other one needs to go straight up high. So maybe and go further down to feed our black powder production. Let's see. You can go there. It's not bad. I'm going to bring it a little closer before we do the ramp up. It might look a little better. And now this one, maybe right here. This one is going to need to turn and end up there. Can we make that look good at all? Or is it just not going to be a thing that can be done, made to look good? That's probably as good as we can get. And you need to go up early. Sulfur needs to come in under here. And splitters. Oh yeah, we got to do tops and bottoms. Let's see. So I need a splitter. Yeah, we usually put a splitter and have the bottom belt go all the way out to the last port. Let's do that. You somewhere in the middle. Lined up. Just like that. Now, someone mentioned putting down the splitters first is better than, and then running the belts between them is better than running the long belt and attaching the splitters to it. So let me try that. I usually run a long belt and then snap the splitters right onto the belt, but someone mentioned they like this approach better, so let me try it. Hold down control. Boom. Boom. Hopefully that one's lined up right. Looks like it. This is our sulfur line, by the way, we're working on. Coming through, so let's run these belts. Okay. I guess we can run this part too. Oh. Now this part is going to be a little harder to do it that way because we need to be stacked high. We could still do it. It would involve stacking these things. Kind of like we did over by the coal power plant. Can I get these to line up? I guess that's lined up. But you do 2 and then you delete the bottom ones, right? So it'd be like this. Make sure it's going the right direction. Then I have to come back and delete the bottom ones. That feels like it's going to be a little slower. And I'm not really getting at the benefit of having it snap, right? I'm hitting control right now. Not really snapping for me. It is giving me the highlight. I don't like that approach for this part. I'm going to run the long belt over that guy. That's the coal belt right here. Boom. If I can get it. You... getting on top of one of these would be good. You. And now let's just put the splitters on the belt. They do get oriented this way too, automatically. I don't have to worry about where the input is to the splitter and where the output is. So that's one of the benefits of this. They are hard to line up though, I gotta admit. Control? No, guess it's trying to show me, right? Yeah, I do miss the smart utility. Once I got used to it, kind of liked it. All right, more belts. We got to hop around here. Or I can do it from up top of these guys, maybe. Right? Okay, that one's not lined up well enough, apparently. Bummer. Belt is too steep. Probably wants it perfect. Up and... Okay, now it's happy. Get my fix-it pogo stick out. Jump through all this. All right, those are done. Those are done. And now we want to get that second coal belt out here somewhere. We got output belts to worry about, and then we have one little lone one of these guys, assemblers, to worry about. Maybe we just do it this way too. Let's do it like that. This is going to be, oops, get rid of that. Black powder. And coal can come out. Let's get conveyor support. Yeah, this looks with the line. We're just going to let this guy wiggle his way down. See how bad it looks. That looks a little bad. It needs to come over, what? Maybe just one more over this guy I'm talking about. That might do it. Let's see how this turn looks. It's good to me. I like it. Power. Once again, I missed the target here. It should just point at the machine. Hey, you... Are you working? Why are you not working? No power. Do I not have the power wired up? Trace this back. These guys aren't working either, right? No power. Okay, I'm not hooked up. You need to hook on to you. Everybody should spring to life. That guy's moving. That guy's moving. Well, that guy's moving. 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 All these are working. We need output belts. Good. 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 And good. All right, output belts. This one's going to be easy. We're just going to put it in a storage container. In fact, I might pop that storage container right next to it on this side. Not industrial. I don't think we need that much gunpowder, actually. Coal. Now, the compacted coal, I'm tempted to go up with it. We'll see, and put a bunch of storage on that. We'll see. I could probably do a little better job, right? Let's try and make this look a little bit better. Okay, there's our gunpowder. That's powder. That's going to help with our obelisks. We're going to be using obelisks real soon, too, because we've got some stones to clear. Okay, output belt for these guys. Then we need to decide what we're doing. Do we want to just put a big old storage array of compacted coal, or do we want to go up and put a massive storage array? Kind of want to do the latter. I'm not sure if I want to spend the time on it, though. What are these guys kicking out? 10 times 10, so 200 coming out of here. Yeah, we're putting in... Oh, no, 25 per minute. So this will be, yeah, 240, because I think we're bringing in 240, so we're going to get out what we put in. 2 belts of 240 are coming in, and we're going to get at 240 out. So 1 belt will do it. Feel like we should store this compact coal. Let's go out for a second. I'll show you what I'm thinking, or tell you what I'm thinking. We're going to use the compacted coal for trucks, right? And in order to kind of refuel our truck stations, we need to actually dump that compacted coal into a truck station so that a truck can come by somewhere down here, somewhere out here, pull into a truck station, pick up that coal, compacted coal, then go drive off mostly, almost exclusively to other factories and drop off that compacted coal to other truck stations so it can fuel other trucks as they're making different routes crossed in between all of our factories. So we need to think of where a truck place could be. This terrain kind of is not so fantastic. But in theory, I guess a truck could come through here, pick up, drive underneath here, and get out and go wherever it needs to go. So maybe we plan for a truck station over here. Let's just show you what this is going to look like a little bit. Let's grab one. And we're going to need to do some experimenting with this because I have not used these in a long time. And when I did, I only used them once. I'm missing modular frames. Modular frames, just by chance, is the next factory we are going to be working on once we're done with this. Because we're going to need a lot of them. And we're going to use trucks to move parts in order to create those modular frames too. But just picture a big old truck station here. Probably right there. Trucks will come in, load up with compacted coal, leave, and go to other stations to fill them up. And that's basically what we're going to do with that. So let's plan for... Might have to move the stairways. We'll plan for coal coming down this way. Let's send the output of this compact coal up to the next floor, and then we'll plan on having storage arrays. In fact, this factory we could trim back a bit, right? That maybe give us a little bit more room. Let me do that. Just want this last little slice here off of here. Got an extra floor up there I don't even need, it looks like. Let me point somewhere where I'm not going to take off my leader space elevator. Okay, that's good. And now let's put a port here. Lights. We in the middle? Where are we? Yeah, in the middle of this guy. You don't want to do this on the input belts. What am I doing? What am I doing? Output belts are over here. Let's do it. Oh man, that's embarrassing. Okay, out we go. Yeah, these stairs are going to have to move. And you know what? We want this tighter in because we said we might put the truck station over on this wall. We might move the stairs. We want room for conveyor lifts to bring product down. So let's bring this output belt. Let's bring it in a bit because that's going to be a little intrusive to having conveyor lifts right on the edge there. So I'm going to hug this one fairly tight. Let me put down a merger. Because these guys all are going to have to merge in. This way. That's probably too close. That'll work. I'm going to run the belt first. Slap down mergers for all this output if I don't fall off. Again, I kind of like this approach because it automatically aligns the mergers the way they need to go. I have to rotate them. And let's get all these put in. That one's already hooked up. Then we're going to have a merger here as well. Let's see, I may have run that one too far. I did. Okay, that'll look straight. Try and do something very similar over here. Get our mergers in place here. Let's do it. Ooh, that was me hitting control. It lined up with one of the other ones. My bad. I thought I'd save some time. I got to do it somewhat visually here. I think we're good. I think we're good there. Just double check and make sure everybody's hooked up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And the last one just dumps right onto a belt. How does that last one look, though? Doesn't look great. Let's see if I can fix that. Okay, better. Let's go up and we'll do a storage array and then we'll call it an episode. We've got our compacted coal. In fact, we can grab some of this and throw it in the Explorer. The Explorer is straight ahead, if you can see in the crosshair. It's real tiny on the platform with the space elevator. But we'll grab some of this compacted coal once we get this part done. Okay, there's our compacted coal. Let's do a bunch of storage arrays. We'll do the industrial ones. Keep in mind we want to dump out over there. Let's do 2 rows of these. These monsters. I want to spend a ton of time doing this, but these we don't need to stack. They're big enough on their own. We just want them to alternate. Let's see if I can see what I'm doing here. In, then we want this one to be an out and an in. Out. I'm going to leave a room like this. Hopefully I'm getting this right. Out. Okay, let's get these belted the way we want. It's going to be the outs to the ins here, so... Oops, not you. Not you. We want this guy. You to you, and we'll just double these up for speed. Might as well start storing stuff here. Then we're going to send... Oh, for this, we can start over here, I guess. Same thing, outs to the ends. Then these outs are going to move to the next row. Oh, those are a little crooked, huh? Oh, man. Oh, man. How did I do that? Let me fix it, and I'll be right back. All right, I think I have that corrected. I think. Okay, next. Kind of surprised that belt's not moving. Resources over. Wonder why that is. Oh, I guess there's just not enough supply maybe to do it. All right. Yeah, Outsteins here, just like we've already done. And then the way out is going to be from here. I'm just going to run a little tiny belt just so I know when we come back to this where our output belt is. All right. That should eventually get compact coal. What's messed up? The back side we didn't do yet. All right, now we should be getting coal. Compact coal in the final. There we go. I'm gonna let that run for 5 seconds while I take a sip of tea, and then we'll grab some of that compact coal. Head over to the Explorer and just throw it in there. Just to try it out. Let's see. Okay, we got plenty. That's fine. I'll grab all that. Get out of here. And again, we'll bring the coal down and set up a truck station down here probably for it. Let's go throw this in the Explorer, see if we notice anything different. I thought, depending on the fuel you put into it, it might actually run faster, but I'm not positive on that. That's my recollection from over a year ago, so I don't know if that's a thing or not. We can try it. Right now, we are running, if we look, we're running with biomass, biofuel. Let's hop off of here. Too bad there isn't a little speedometer, man. That would be kind of cool. So that's us running regular. Oh, there it is. 85 an hour at the bottom. Let's take a look. Let's get to a flat area. Flat-ish. Ooh, there's a bunch of flat space down here. Let's go down here. Flat-ish. Let's see how high we can get. 88, 90, 93. I'm going downhill. 92, 94. 98. About 98. Let's pop in the other fuel. See if we notice anything. I mean, if it's super close, then it's probably no big deal. But I think we can burn compacted coal. Where are you? Boom. I know that this stack will be more energy than a stack of this, I believe. I'd have to double check it. Does it say production? No, yeah, it doesn't say. All right, okay, so now we're running on compacted coal. Let's see if we can get up to a higher speed. Doesn't look like it. It looks like it's about the same. Same or a little less, right? 85. 91. We got a straightaway over here. Let's see what we can get. 93, 94, 95, 97, 100. Not really a fair test. We might get a little more of the same, I would say, from the compacted coal versus the biofuel. But again, I'll double check the math on the Satisfactory wiki. But my main goal is making sure that the trucks have the maximum range for a stack of fuel. And I think we achieved that with the compact coal over the biofuel. But you can see we are really burning through the fuel. We've already burned through 15 little nuggets. All right, back to the base, or back to headquarters here. And then we will call it an episode. Next episode, yeah, next episode's kind of a big deal. We are going to start working on those, the iron frames or iron matrix. Show you in a second here. Cool, I like it. Inventory. These guys. Modular frames. Take screws and reinforced iron plates, right? See that in the recipe? Well, if you look at the recipe again, sorry, let's look at that one more time. One more thing I want to point out. It takes 12 screws for every 3 plates. So 4 times as many rods. I guess we don't have an alternate recipe for this. Let's take a look at that. Do we not have an alternate? No, I guess we don't. We had the option to do bolted frames, and I guess we never actually chose that. So we got modular frames. We need rods. Boy, I thought we had the bolted ones. Oh, man. So my plan was going to be move these reinforced iron plates over to our screw factory here straight ahead, produce the modular frames up on a top floor, then export those things out where they're needed. But seeing that we don't have the bolted frames alternate recipe, we're stuck with rods. Oh man, that puts a crimp in my plans. I thought for sure we had bolted frames, but we must not have chosen that one. I don't have any hard drives. Pretty sure. Let's go to the MAM. Oh man, we're gonna have to do rods. Yeah, there's no hard drives. Oh, I do have one. I do have one. Let's scan it. And then next episode, we'll see what we get. Or I'll tell you what, I may have to look at this between episodes. I'm going to let this run. I'll see what we get. If we get bolted frames, then I'm going to make plans to do a factory based on that. If not, we may have to set up a new factory for rods. So I'm going to give that some thought between episodes. But yeah, let's wrap it here. Glad I had a hard drive, though. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this series on Satisfactory. Very cool. I'm playing update 7. And I'm having a lot of fun. We are making our way towards doing the spaceport objectives that you can see up in the top right. So modular frames are going to feed into those versatile frameworks, I believe. Let's take a look at that too, since I'm babbling away. Yeah, there they are. Modular frames and steel beams. If we need to spin up a new factory for modular frames, if we can't do it on the top floor of our screw factory here, then I may look for some iron deposits farther out by our farther out by our steel factory where we're closer to the beams. And then maybe we just deliver the modular frames. That's our actually smart plating factory. Our steel factory is way back there behind all these rocks. But we may end up delivering modular frames into the steel factory and producing these versatile frameworks on the top floor of our steel factory. Anyway, all those plans to come. For now, Glidercat signing off, saying thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.